All right, so today I'm looking at a piece for organ by Australian composer Melissa Dunphy, and this is a shorter work, 6 minutes, commissioned by the American composer organist Carson Kuhlman, whose performances have been featured a lot on this channel, and who we've already talked about quite a bit in the organ series, although we haven't looked at any of Carson's music yet. So the first prelude is called Sehnsucht, or Sehnsucht. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's for, it starts with just two manuals, then you quickly add, or two staves, quickly you add the pedal. Um, it looks fairly tonal, like there are key signatures here. And her notation for the registration is to have these braces, these vertical braces that tell you what to do more or less. Then there's like other vague indications, like the pedal shouldn't be coupled to anything else. The second prelude also starts without the pedal, and it is called Frühling, and it's a little bit faster, got more 16th notes. I don't think either of these have. I mean, the first prelude has dynamics, right? Kind of, yeah, dynamics and articulation there. The second prelude has the occasional staccato chord, but nothing really in the way of dynamics. It's probably just going to be loud the whole way through or something like that. This is our first Melissa Dunphy episode, and I believe I only have two of her scores in total. So it may be the only episode of her music on the channel. I guess she's an Australian American composer. It's a better way of describing her. Let's pull up the wiki. Born in 1980, so 45 now. Immigrated to the US in 2003, and she first came to national attention with her large scale work, the Gonzalez Cantata, um, a 40-minute choral piece in Baroque style that sets the text of parts of the dismissal of the U.S. Attorney's controversy hearings. Um, that seems like a little bit of a rabbit hole. I'm not going to get into that, but uh, yeah. So this clearly a very political work got her some attention. It was featured in the Wall Street Journal, The Atlantic, National Review, Fox News, and was on the Rachel Maddow show in 2009. Looks like it took her a while to get to settle on composition as a career choice. So um, she grew up playing violin and viola, but she started with the goal of medical school. Then she explored careers in corporate law, television production, and live theater. Uh, and I guess just sort of like came into composition around the same time that she immigrated to the United States. Um, and that's when she was like working in theater production. She's been composer in residence for the Immaculata Symphony Orchestra, the Volti Choral Arts Lab, the St. Louis Chamber Chorus, director of music composition at the National Puppetry Conference, and has been a part-time lecturer of composition and composition instructor at the Rutgers University Mason Gross School of Arts since 2018, and was a University of Pennsylvania Music Department lecturer in 2020. President of the board of Wildflower Composers, formerly known as Young Women Composers Camp, since 2021. And this sort of list here kind of summarizes these academic and sort of like board member positions. Since we're looking at an organ piece, let's just go with the solo instrumental stuff. This is up there among her more recent solo pieces, so there's another organ piece she wrote in 2021. solo violin piece. This is the other score of hers I might get to if we ever do solo violin on the channel. And then some stuff with cello, lever harp is always fun. So yeah, not a lot of solo stuff. Similarly, a little bit of electroacoustic music. I'm just gonna find what's the biggest thing here. She's got like out of all of these categories, choir is the largest by a factor of two, probably at least. It's huge. So yeah, a link to this recording is in the video description. I encourage you to listen to it. And I've never listened to this piece before, so I'm just gonna give my reactions, let you know what I think. Um, as always on the channel, I try to keep things positive, so I'm gonna talk about stuff that I really liked, that I would steal as a composer, um, stuff like that. Okay, so I hope you took the time to listen to this. I apologize if the audio quality is different in this half of the video. I was using my laptop mic in the first half. Yeah, so these pieces are pretty catchy. They definitely have a lot of classical sensibilities in terms of form and harmony and keeping this forward momentum going within the music. Both of the themes are really catchy. I like this sort of like pedal rhythm that accentuates uh, the first prelude. The second prelude, the main theme is more overtly poppy. It's kind of like very modal sounding, and it's just oscillating between these two chords. And it's probably my favorite um, like melody or lick in the piece. The two pieces provide nice contrast to one another. And I could see a lot of my composition students being into this stuff, especially if they're writing tonal music. This could be a very useful score to show students how to get out of this like pop poppy kind of box that they're in, where they don't know what to do with their harmony, they don't know how to move the piece forward. Strikes a nice medium, but where it's like more accessible than classical music, but it also has a lot of, as I said, sensibilities of classical music. Maybe this work could be performed more. I don't know what its performance history is like, but hopefully this series is helping bring it to the attention of organists and people curating contemporary music.